Okay.
Okay, your space is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I know I brought this up a little bit earlier, but I wanted to go over this in a bit more detail with you.
Okay.
So for your project itinerary, we are in our initial design consultation, so I think we're a great fit. So I'd love to measure your space.
Okay.
So what that looks like is when I do go downstairs to measure, I get this as-built.
Okay.
So this is not your basement. This is the Millers.
Okay.
But I want to walk you through all the bits and pieces of why it takes me so long to measure your space. I want to get more than just the walls and the windows happening down there. I want to find out every bit of information. So for the Millers, they had quite a bit of area where we have to drop their ceilings. So all of these dashed lines that you see are HVAC lines that are within the space. Got some gas lines, the beam, and then all these little red polka dots here, these are the posts. So these are the design constraints that we have happening within the space. This is going to sound real cheesy, but we like to call them our design opportunities.
Sure.
I also want to find out, what size your windows are. Can I put cabinetry underneath them? Are they high enough? Where your cleanouts are, so your bathroom rough-ins, also those 3-inch lines that I was pointing out. We can move a bathroom within 20 feet of those locations, so I want to know exactly where those are.
Okay.
And then the ceiling details. So have you ever, everything that I have here, all these dashed lines is what's dropping below your joist line. So have you ever been in a basement where you feel like it feels like a basement?
Sure.
Yeah. So a lot of what we have found at Finished Basement Company is that it's the ceiling design. So we want the basement to feel like an extension of your home, not a basement. So really creating a unique architectural ceiling design and incorporating these elements very architecturally and purposefully is something that we excel at extraordinarily at Finished Basement Company, and I think it's something that really sets us apart from some of our competitors. So that's really what's happening today. That's what I'll be getting in your space.
Okay.
I also want to know all of these points of access, so your water mains, your water heaters, all of that, because I have to maintain some kind of access points to those locations.
Sure.
And this is really what tells me the direction that your space will go. So for this next meeting, this ideas meeting, which is at our showroom, this meeting takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours for us to complete.
Okay.
I take your as-built and I take it back to my team. So there is about 6 of us there, and we all sit down and we sketch on your space. It's a ton of fun. And I should mention, so Finished Basement Company has been in business for 20 years now. Just celebrated our 20th year anniversary. We started back when Highlands Ranch was being built, and the founder of our company realized that all these homes were going up and that under every roof was a basement, and he capitalized on that. And we've since grown into, we're not only Finished Basement Company, but we're also Rethink Remodel. So we double brand, we do upstairs remodel work as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And I've been with Finished Basement Company for going on 2 years. It's a phenomenal company. We're just very team oriented, and my work, I essentially call them my work family because we're an incredible group of tight-knit individuals. And I have my degree in interior design from the Art Institute of Colorado. I've wanted to be a designer since I was 12 years old. It's just in every part of who I am, so I'm living that childhood dream. So this ideas meeting is where it gets really fun for me. So I take your as-built back to the team. We all sit down and we sketch on it. And I come up with the 2 best possible designs for your space. So at this ideas meeting, I will show you those 2 designs.
Okay.
So for the Millers, what that looks like is they wanted kind of an open floor plan for their kids to come down and stay, and sort of a TV area and a kitchenette space. So when you walk down the stairs, you're immediately directed into the main living area, along with a small kitchenette. And here they had a post that I had to figure out how to incorporate. So doing so, by drywall wrapping it and anchoring it into the kitchen, which really allowed them a nice anchor point for their sofa to sit, and a degree of separation between the kitchen and the living area here. Then, in order to access the bedrooms and the closet, what I really try to do is I really try to maintain a degree of separation between the public and the private spaces, so that way you don't have a whole ton of doors off your main living space.
Sure.
So creating a hallway, you walk through a doorway here, and then we've got the bathroom and then the 2 bedroom spaces. They had a secondary entry into their space, so we had to create a hallway for that. So that's design 1, and then design 2. Is here. So you come down the stairs into kind of a little entryway here. Opened up the stairwell to kind of connect the spaces and direct you into the room. And then a curved wall, big nice S curve here, again kind of pushing you back over into the main living space. We had to figure out some way to incorporate the post that was sticking out into the middle of the room. Sometimes those could be tricky. I've got a ton of different ideas up my sleeves in order to capture those little things that can be kind of tricky, and we figure it out. It's one thing that I absolutely love doing in design, is figuring out and working out what we can do to hide those elements.
Okay.
And then we have the kitchen and living space over here with the bedrooms tucked back away. Again, creating the degree of separation between the hallway and then accessing the bedrooms and the bathroom. So really, the goal of this meeting is to pick a floor plan that you guys really love. So what we'll do is we'll walk through both spaces and look at the floor plan and figure out, which architectural and floor plan piece that you like the best, and then we'll dive into more of those finishes.
Okay.
Really, it's the architecture of the space that's really going to define it and make it what it is. The finishes are more of that decorative touch that we get to add on later. Without the architectural piece being correct, it's a lot harder to make sure that those finishes, it's like the candy on the project, essentially.
Sure.
This meeting is really fun because we get into some 3Ds as well, so it gets a little HGTV.
Oh wow.
But we can really walk through this space so you can see exactly what everything looks like. How the space flows. When you come down the stairs, what the entry looks like in connection to the main living space. I should mention also that at this ideas meeting, my whole team and my estimator will sit down and we look at your project.
Okay.
I show them both plans and we get kind of a range, like a ballpark idea as far as where your plans are going to land.
Okay.
For the budget. And I will also give you an idea today. It's going to be a really big ballpark as far as what that looks like.
Sure.
But then in this ideas meeting, we get a much tighter range for you.
Okay, great.
So from here, we go into this construction review. So I hand the project manager the plan that we decided on. And a lot of times it's not, I love plan A and I hate plan B. A lot of times it's, I love plan A, but we want to incorporate elements of plan B. So we finalize that one plan together in this meeting, and then my construction manager will take that, come out to your house and meet you. And really he's there to get that second set of eyes on your plan, and take a look at the space, make sure that I didn't miss anything. He's also there to meet you and get to know you. And we really want that trust and that relationships to start being built at that point, because he's in your space every single day once the project starts.
Sure.
So all of our coming and going is in through the window wells, so we're never upstairs in your main space. But he still has contact with you all the time. So we use an app called Buildertrend. He's there to answer any of your questions, and he's managing that space. So he's in your house pretty much every single day once that project starts.
Okay.
Okay. So while he is busy at your house, I am taking that plan that we have decided upon and I'm creating a full construction document. So for this final plan review, which is at our showroom, we will go over this plan. It's a lot of information, I know. We'll do some jumping jacks in between. But we'll read some notes, and really it goes through all the different phases of construction and what's happening in your project.
Mhm.
So, you know, whether if we're doing an arched opening versus a square opening, because an arched opening takes more framing and drywall to complete.
Okay.
For the electrical, I do a full electrical plan, so we know how many switches, how many dimmers, which switches go to which can lights, all of those different elements.
Okay.
Same thing for plumbing. So in here, it's listed as toilet. Well, what does that mean? I have a whole selection pack laid out for you already, based on the conversations that we've had and kind of based on what you have upstairs currently,
Okay.
what those pieces look like. But I will have that already prepared for you, so you know, down to the trip lever color, what you're getting. That way
Okay.
you have no question.
Sure.
You know, what does toilet mean? Does it mean the Home Depot special where I have to change the plunger every 6 months? Or does that mean something that's gonna last me a lot longer? We don't want you to be guessing.
Okay.
We also go over trim. A lot of times we match the existing trim that you have. Same thing, bullnose corners, knockdown texture. What kind of doors are going into your space? You guys have solid core, so we'd be matching that. If we're doing glass and glazing, so the shower doors, any bathroom mirrors. And then for the flooring and tile, what that looks like is I give a range. So I'll have different levels. So based on what you guys have up here and the